Hey Tarot friends, it's Jade here. Welcome back to my channel for another deck walkthrough. You're probably sick of seeing these by now, but I really just for my own purposes, I want to have a deck walkthrough of all of each of my decks so that I can, at some point if something happens or missing a card or something, I can always go back and look to see what's what. I know I can look it up on somewhere else, but I just want my own there. So today we're going to be looking through the Druidcraft Tarot. Now this deck, I did not bring the book. I don't have the box. I threw that out long ago. I've had this for about a year. And the book I didn't bring up. Oh well, sorry. You can look it up. Sorry. I should have brought it up. Anyways, it's really the cards I want to go through. It is in this hand knit with this beautiful cable and a herringbone pattern, which is hard to see with the dark yarn, but I think you can kind of see it up there. Anyway, I made that, and let's have a look at the cards. Now these cards I modified because they were too freaking huge. I couldn't hold them properly. I couldn't shuffle. It was impossible. So I modified them. I trimmed them down. I think there was maybe a gold line on the back. I can't remember now. But this is what the backs look like. And I also edged it in a brown. It looks like I've got a card there that I need to touch up. But I think it's a beautiful rich brown. And let's have a look at the cards. 5, the priest. So what I wanted to do, well, okay, the borders were huge, and there were actually 2 sets of borders. So when I trimmed this, I first took off the first border, and then I found them to be still too big. And I decided to take the second border off, and these cards look amazing without the borders. Like, I just find that the artwork just sort of explodes out. Now this deck is another, I think it's Will Worthington as well, who also did the Wildwood Tarot. I'm sorry if I'm wrong about that, but anyway, I think it is. I love this deck so much. So I know that this is, you know, it was made by a Druid. And sort of it follows the Wheel of the Year and whatnot. The book is fabulous. You can learn a lot about the Wheel of the Year and all the cards. But I also find that it is very RWS-ish. And so it's really, really easy to pick up. You know, if all you know is RWS system, you can use this deck. Obviously, you won't get as much out of it as if you also learn about the Wheel of the Year, but you really, it really is that clear and easy. The images are so powerful. They're very clear. The intent is there's nothing super subtle about it, in my opinion, which is fabulous. Carnunos, so that would be the double card. Okay, nudity coming up. The Hanged Man. 4 of Wands. Beautiful star. Oh my God, I have to start using this deck again. It's one thing with having a lot of decks to choose from is that sometimes it's analysis paralysis in terms of what deck you want to use. It's a good problem to have, I know. I love it, actually. I'm not complaining whatsoever. It's just that I kind of put this deck away for the winter time, winter, spring, and I was going to use it again in the summer, and I haven't had a chance to do that yet. But now that I'm seeing this again, I think this is going to come back into my rotation for this summer. Beautiful moon. I would use this over an RWS deck any day. Sorry, not sorry. Everybody has their own opinions, and that's fine. Did you guys ever notice, those of you who have this deck, that she's one of the very few people in this deck who is wearing shoes? And as I say that, the next 3 cards are all people wearing shoes. He's barefoot. He's the Prince of Cups. The Sun. The World. 6 of Cups. 2 of Pentacles. 3 of Cups. I have thought about getting a backup of this deck because I really love it, but it is a mass market deck and readily available, so I haven't really felt the need to. And really, my decks, because I have a lot and I rotate through them a lot, they don't really get too worn out. Despite the fact that I'm always pawing through them. 9 of Pentacles, the Fool, and Death. Transformation. So that is the Druidcraft Tarot. I'd love to know if you have this deck and how you use it. I'm gonna shuffle. In terms of the cardstock, it's pretty decent cardstock. It's not as, it feels sturdy. It's not super thick, but it is super, it is possible to riffle shuffle. I can't do it in the air. Tried, but it is possible to riffle shuffle. It's not super thin. It's not as bendy as, say, the Antique Anatomy or some of the Llewellyn decks. So there you go. But it's not, it's not super thick like some Low Scarabeo decks or an indie indie deck. Anyway, so that is the Druidcraft Tarot. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.